Hi everyone, welcome back. We are continuing in Module 3. We are in Topic 1. We're on Lesson 1. And we're in Activity 2. Now I've hopped ahead in Activity 2 to page 351. I skipped over page 350. If you're at home and watching this, you're likely to not have your book. And page 350 tells you to go to page 355 and cut these shapes out and see if you can match these models up with these expressions. Some of them are a little bit more difficult than others. Some you can get probably pretty easily. For example, letter E matches with letter P here. Okay. Yeah, some of them are a little bit harder. Letter C is this cube. So that's 3 cubed plus a cube that's the size of 2, a side of 3 and a side of 2 in cubes. So this one is letter C. Letter K, for example, is this square is a 3 times 2 square, which is this. And then this one is a 3 times 1, which is just 3. So that's this one here. You can see how you do on those, and you can check back in with me, and I'd be glad to go over them with you. But we're going to move on for now. Okay, so Shay says I match the expression 2 times 3 squared to this model. Explain how Shay's model represents the expression, then evaluate the expression. Okay, so the model shows, let's start with that. The model shows, so she has 2 squares. That's nice. I guess somebody outside wants somebody to come on out, I guess. 2 squares. So this is 3 wide this way, and this is 3 wide. So 3 times 3, 9. And then that's still 3 times 3, so another 9. So there's 2 squares. Each with an area that is 3 squared, or 9. Doug and Miguel each evaluated the expression differently, so here we need to ask where's the error in this one. Miguel's right, Doug's wrong. Where is the error? Okay, so let's look at what Miguel did. Miguel said, I'm going to zoom in here. Miguel said 2 times 3 squared. Looks like he rewrote the 3 squared here as 9, and then did 2 times 9 and got 18. Doug, let's see what Doug did. 2 times 3 squared. So they started out the same. But then he has 2 times 3 equals 6. And then he took that 6 and put that squared on. So he got 36. So what does Miguel's solution tell you about how to evaluate numeric expressions with both multiplication and exponents? That's this question here that you can't see. So his is right, this one's wrong. So what does that tell us about how you evaluate exponents and multiplication? So you should evaluate, kind of a fancy math term for figure out. So we need to do the exponents before you perform multiplication. What expression did Doug evaluate? Which model represents your expression? Okay, so he evaluated, so he did So how did he get this? So he did 2 times 3. So he multiplied that together first and then squared it. So he did that, which gives you 6 squared, which gives you 36. And then it wants to know which one from page 355 rather is that. So that looks like it would be A. There's 2 squares that are 3 long, and then there's 2 sets of that. 3 times 3 is going to be 9. Each of these would have a value of 9 inside because we know that's 3 here as well. And then 9 times 4, 36. So model A. Okay, and then evaluate each expression on the cards you cut out, use the diagrams you matched. So if you did that, you can check back in with me. Okay, activity 3, order of operations. Now we're going to have a note sheet on this and a video, probably an Edpuzzle video as well. There's an order of operations, which is an order that you use to perform operations when evaluating any numeric expression. The order of operations is a set of rules that ensures the same results every time anyone evaluates an expression. Without it, everybody would just be doing it in whatever order they wanted and getting different answers. So the rules: evaluate expressions inside parentheses or grouping symbols, then exponents, multiply and divide from left to right. I like this as multiply or divide. People seem to think that you multiply first left to right, then go back and divide left to right, and it's whichever one comes first. Okay, I apologize. Whoever was honking their horn has finally left. I'm not really sure what that was all about. So then add or subtract from left to right, which is what this tells us here. Keep in mind the multiplication and division are of equal importance and evaluated in order from left to right. The same is true with addition and subtraction. A mnemonic may help you remember the order. The important thing is to understand why the order of operations works. A mnemonic is a technique that relies on keywords and rhyming to remember important information. So it says, consider Amy's and Fatima's mnemonics. Amy says, I can use please excuse my dear Aunt Sally to remember parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, and addition and subtraction. Fatima says she likes pink elephants must dance around snakes better to remember the correct order of operations. Either one works, doesn't matter which one you use. Most generally, you're going to hear this one. Okay, so we're going to work on evaluating some of these. Okay, so when we do these, we need to do parentheses and exponents first. There are no parentheses or grouping symbols, so exponents. So I'm going to do this and this. I'm rewriting everything else. The key with getting order of operations correct is making sure that you're rewriting the other information so that you're not missing anything. So we're not doing anything with the 28 divided by. 2 squared is 4. Not doing anything yet with the minus 36 or this divided by. And the 3 squared is 9. Okay, so parentheses and exponents we've taken care of. Next is multiplication or division. So we have 28 divided by 4 minus 36 divided by 9. I don't see any multiplication, but I do have division. I come to this first. 28 divided by 4 is 7. I'm just rewriting the rest. Minus 36 divided by 9. I still have division left, so that's here. So 7 minus 36 divided by 9 is 4. I'm done with multiplication and division. Now I can do addition or subtraction. 7 minus 4 is 3. I'm going to be pretty picky about how you do this. I'm going to want you to show your work each step of the way until you get really good at these. Okay, so number 2, we have to do what's inside grouping symbols first. So 12 plus 25 divided by 5 is 5, and then that has the squared. Now I can address the squared, so it's 12 plus 25, and then when I add 12 and 25, I get 37. Number 3. Within the grouping symbols, we have parentheses and subtraction. So within the grouping symbols, you have to start this entire process needs to occur in order with inside the grouping symbols. Like for example, we could have 4 times 5 plus 2 squared minus 7. We could have all that within the grouping symbols. We would have to do this first, then we would have to multiply the 4 times 5. Then we could work with the addition and the subtraction. So within the grouping symbols, you still have to follow the order. Okay, so 6 squared is 36 minus 10. That's still in parentheses. If we dropped the parentheses, it would look like 10 times 2, but it's not 10 times 2. It's whatever's inside parentheses times 2. So that would be 26 times 2. So we have an answer of 52. Okay, number 4. Okay, so we have 168 divided by 2 cubed plus 3 cubed minus 20. So the first thing I'm going to do is the 2 cubed, which is 8. So I have 168 divided by 8 plus, I'm going to put this one here now as well, 27. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27 minus 20. Okay, so I did parentheses and exponent, so now multiplication or division. So I have 168 divided by 8, which is 21. So then I leave the plus 27 and minus 20. Now I have just addition and subtraction, so go in order left to right. So I have 48 minus 20. I have an answer of 28. Number 5. 10 divided by the quantity of 5 minus 3 plus 2 cubed. So I have 10 divided by 5 minus 3 is 2 plus 2 cubed. My 2 cubed is 8 because that's 2 times 2, which is 4 times 2, which is 8. I can get rid of those parentheses now because there's only one thing inside of them. So now I have 10 divided by 2, which is 5, plus 8, which is 13. So those of you who have big, ginormous handwriting, here at this point, you're really going to have to get your handwriting neat and orderly, or you're going to be totally lost with your numbers. Okay, so number 6. I see an exponent, so 3 cubed, we're going to take care of that first, is 27. You should get these memorized. Rewriting the rest. I know that's 27 because it's 3 times 3, which is 9 times 3, which is 27. So that's how I got that. Now I have this multiplication, 5 times 3. So I'm rewriting my 27 minus. 5 times 3 is 15. Rewriting my plus 7. Now I have 27 minus 15, which is 12, plus 7. I have a total of 19. Number 7. 15 plus 4 times 5 squared, exponent. 5 squared is 5 times 5, 25. Rewriting everything else. Notice how sometimes I just kind of fill it in backwards. I have multiplication. 4 times 25 is 100. I still have this 15 in the plus. So now my final answer is 115. Number 8. Okay, we have a lot going on here. I have the quantity of 10 minus 6 times the quantity of 7 plus 3 cubed. So let's do what's inside the parentheses first. So 10 minus 6 is 4. There's only one number there, so I can drop that. Times 10 plus 3, I'm sorry, 7 plus 3 is 10, but then we have to cube that. So 10 cubed. So 10 cubed is 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. So now we have 4 times 1,000, which gives us 4,000. Number 9, 54 divided by 6 plus 2 times the quantity of 8 minus 3 times 2. A lot going on here, so let's work inside the parentheses first. So I'm just going to rewrite everything else. 54 divided by 6 plus 2 times, now within the parentheses I have 3 times 2. So I'm going to do 8 minus 3 times 2 is 6. Still working within those parentheses. I'm rewriting everything else. 8 minus 6 is 2. Now remember, when two numbers are next to each other with parentheses, it means multiplication. So we're done with essentially with parentheses, because this is now really just a multiplication. So now we're going to go back to the beginning, look in order left to right for multiplication or division. So 54 divided by 6 comes first. So we have 9 plus 2 times 2, which we then have this 2 times 2, which is 4. And we still have the 9 plus, so we get a total of 13. I bet you thought we were going to get a pretty big answer there, but we didn't. Okay, lastly, quantity of 2 cubed plus 1 squared minus 30. So inside the parentheses, we have the 2 cubed first. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 plus 1. It's still in parentheses. Squared minus 30. 8 plus 1 is 9. Squared minus 30. 9 squared is 9 times 9, which is 81, minus 30. Our final answer is 51. Okay, I'm going to post the talk on another video.